Spark Youth Dance Company is a non-profit initiative for young people under 25, and I started it at the start of this year when I discovered I really loved choreography and I wanted to start making my own work. So I thought I'll make my own platform for it right here on the Mornington Peninsula. Basically we've got a whole team of young people who are under the age of 25 actually creating the work, so costumes, sets, lighting, choreography, video production, all of that sort of thing. And they're kind of learning a bit more about their craft. We've got a few mentors who are helping them out. And yeah, and all of our dancers are under 25 as well, which is a good experience for them with like performance and stuff. So our Nutcracker has been reset during World War I. We did that so that we could add a bit more of a message, a bit more of a meaning to it. It starts at a train station, and basically it's all about propaganda and the idea that children aren't necessarily always told what's actually happening in the world, and the propaganda during World War I kind of shaped the war. So it kind of said, it told soldiers that they were going to be heroes when they went to the war, and that the war would be over by Christmas and things like that. And so our Nutcracker is about getting through all of the lies, and Clara kind of sees what the war is truly like. So Clara, the Nutcracker actually comes to Clara as like a present from her father from the front. So Clara's father is also the Nutcracker, and there's a bomb that explodes in her house, and basically she gets transported to this dream world where the letter from her father actually comes to life, and she starts to see what he's been writing about to her, and sees like all of the feelings behind the soldiers and the nurses and factory workers, and all the different kind of aspects of war. So we're covering a lot of topics over quite a short amount of time, but it's been very interesting to teach everyone about the history of World War I. A lot of the little ones didn't really know much about it before we started. And yeah, basically it's just this journey for Clara to learn about the war. So the variations in our piece are a little bit different. I've always found the divertissements in the traditional Nutcrackers to be a little bit long and sometimes a bit pointless, and sometimes even a little bit racist. So we've kind of tried to change it around a bit. So we're actually telling the story. So we're using the music, and we've like tied them to countries, but we're using the music to tell the stories of the country and the stories behind the people, and not just about their culture. So for Russians, we're telling the story of the Russian Revolution and a family. And French, there were a lot of French refugees during the war, French children who became refugees, so we're telling that story. We've got a German family as well who are just hungry and have no money and are basically impoverished by the war. We have an Arabian dance, which is symbolising the conflict that was in Arabia during this time. There was a lot of switching sides, and there was like an uprising and things like that. And the Chinese dancers are representing the Chinese Labour Corps, who were not really recognised until recently for their role, and they're basically showing how they were digging trenches and working really hard behind the scenes to help the soldiers on the front. I think audiences will like seeing it because it's a fresh interpretation, and I feel like not a lot of choreographers like to change the classics, but at Spark we like to do that. So I think if you're coming, you're going to expect to see something completely different, but also don't be scared to take kids to come and see it, because I feel like it's a good starting point to talk about conflict and war, and just talking about these topics that like are in everyday life that kids should know about.